Cartesian form. So technically, what is De Moivre's theorem? According to De Moivre's theorem, first of all we have to represent the complex number in polar form. That we have to keep in mind, right? This is called as real number line. This is called as imaginary number line. So x is called as real number line and y is called as imaginary number line. To represent any complex number a plus ib, we have to measure the distance. We have to measure the distance from here to here, length a. Okay. And b will be from here to here, right? So this coordinate will be a comma 0. Okay. And this coordinate will be what? 0 comma b. So this is the complex number. So now what we do? We will join these two lines. We will join these two lines, right? This will represent a complex number, right? So this is our complex number. This rotation will be theta. Always remember this should be measured in anti-clockwise direction. So we can define the argument z, that is nothing but the theta. Theta is called as argument of any complex number z, right? As you can see in the diagram, this will be length. Suppose it is a, this is b, and this is c. So what will be? Tan inverse BC upon AB, right? So if we are taking the length, it will be tan inverse B by A. That is nothing but the argument of any complex number z. Argument of any complex number z will be tan inverse B by A perpendicular upon base, right? Now, the length also modulus of AC, if we are considering this as a vector sign, modulus of AC will be equal to R. So, this vector magnitude we can assume R. R is nothing but the modulus of AC vector, right? So R will be what? This is the modulus or magnitude of the complex number. So it will be root under AB square plus BC square. So it will be over root A square plus B square, right? Any problem till here? So modulus of any complex number will be defined as root over of real part square plus imaginary part square. So modulus of any complex number can be written as imaginary part square plus real part square, right? So all these complex numbers are same according to De Moivre's theorem. If we are taking power somewhere, if we are taking what? Power somewhere. As you can see, this is power, right? So if we are putting a power onto any complex number, that will become multiplication into the given values. So we can see here this n became the multiplication of theta instead of power. So if we are taking power of any complex number, that will be multiplied to the angle, or that is to that of argument, right? So this theorem is nothing but the De Moivre's theorem. This theorem is called as what? De Moivre's theorem. So whenever we are putting a power onto a complex number, ultimately that will become what? That will be multiplied to that of given theta, right? So this was the De Moivre's theorem. I hope you understood. So you may have a look to the previous page, and if you have any difficulty, then you please let me know. Okay, so you have any doubts? No, now? Okay. So second thing we can understand, like in previous session we have learned that for a given complex number, if there is a complex number z minus z naught equals k, right? So this kind of equation represents a circle with z naught as center, and k will be the radius of that circle. Here z will be the complex number that will be existing on the periphery of the circle. So we can have 2 to 3 situations here. Suppose we have a circle, something like this. Okay. Suppose this is the circle. So according to this equation, the position of Z will be onto this circle, right? Anywhere. Z will exist anywhere onto the circle. Z can be here, it may be here, it may be here, here, or here, or here. So we can assume this as a case 1, right? There is a possibility case 2. In this case, what will happen? Z minus Z naught will be greater than K, right? So for case 2, what will happen? All the points will be belonging outside of the circle. Okay. Any point which will be existing outside the circle, it will represent with the greater sign, right? So this is nothing but the case 2. We can have one more case where Z minus Z naught will be less than K. Okay. This OP length is nothing but the K. Magnitude of OP here we are taking K, that is equal to radius of the circle. So with this situation, we can say that all the points that is existing inside the circle, right, that will satisfy this equation, right? So this is nothing but the case 3rd. Okay. So I hope it's clear. So a complex number can be outside the circle, can be inside the circle, or can be on the periphery of the circle. It will depend upon the given equation. We may have one more case. Z minus Z naught greater than equal to K. What it means? Yeah, so in this case, the point will lies outside the circle, including all the points on the periphery of the circle, right? Okay, so this O is Z naught. Here O is what? Z naught, the center of the circle, right? So this O is center of the circle, and that is nothing but the Z naught, right? Any problem till here? So in previous session we have seen some more situations like Z minus Z naught equals K equals Z minus Z1. Okay. This type of equation represents a bisector of any line segment which will maintain a constant distance from two complex numbers Z0 and Z1, right? So how we can represent this on Argand diagram? Suppose we have a line like this, and we can take a vertical line this way, okay? And suppose we have a complex number Z0 here, and there is one more complex number Z1 here, right? So from Z0 to Z1 we don't know the distance, but there is a possibility, and definitely there will be some point Z here, right? And if we will be joining them, if we will be joining from here to here and again from here to here, what we are observing here, can you tell me what is the meaning of this? Exactly. So here what is happening? This length and this length is same, and the values, this value is k and this value is k, right? And suppose this is point A, this is point B, as we have discussed this concept with a problem in the previous session. So here we can see that the length AB, if we want to find out the AC is equal to BC, alright. तो इस इक्वेशन को एक बार एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं बेसिकली क्या हम लोग बोलना चाह रहे हैं यहाँ पे? हाँ ओके, Z नॉट, या राइट. सो इफ वी वांट टू फाइंड आउट द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ AB, ये क्या होगा? AB का लेंथ जो होगा ये लिख सकते हैं Z नॉट माइनस Z1, और इसी को लिख सकते हैं Z1 माइनस Z0, राइट? एंड इतना ये फिक्स है कि ये जो होगा वो लेंथ जो होगा वो लेस देन इक्वल टू क्या होगा? 2k, राइट? मतलब इक्वलिटी साइन तो बिल्कुल होल्ड नहीं करेगा, राइट? सो डेफिनेटली दिस विल बी लेस देन 2k, जैसा कि कल के सिचुएशन में, प्रीवियस सेशन में हो रहा था, राइट? सो this kind of equation will represent a straight line which will divide in equal parts to the given complex number, right? So AB will be Z0 minus Z1 and Z1 minus Z0, and it will be less than 2k. All right? Any problem till here? I hope it is clear, right? So should we consider the next one then? Here alpha must be 0 for Z1 equals Z2 equals Z3. अब S में क्या है? सारा हमने मॉड्यूलस साइन लिया. क्या लिया है साइन हमने? मॉड्यूलस. तो मॉड्यूलस का वैल्यू कभी भी निगेटिव नहीं हो सकता. उसका मिनिमम वैल्यू क्या हो सकता है? 0 ही हो सकता है, राइट? मॉड्यूलस का वैल्यू कभी भी निगेटिव होना पॉसिबल है क्या? Modulus value cannot be negative for any value of Z1, Z2, Z3. So in a special case, if we take Z1, Z2 and Z3 equal, so minimum value of this S can be 0, right? Now the main thing is to maximize the value of Z. Z को maximize करना is the main task here, right? Okay, so to maximize the value of Z, what we can do is, you know this formula, right? So we know the formula. Z1 minus Z3 whole square can be written as this. We have written for this this segment. This segment we have written for if we expand this term, if we expand this term, if we expand, it will be equal to this, right? So similarly, the rest of the terms can be written as, we can put this into bracket, so plus for z2 z3, I have written for this, for z2 z3, z2 square plus z3 square minus z2 z3 conjugate minus z3 z2 conjugate, right? Similarly, you can write for the next term z3 z1. So we have just expanded the whole term, right? So now we can see that into the given situation, it is given that z1, z2 and z3 all are given 1. All are given what? 1. Okay. So if we start adding, it will become 1 plus 1, it will become 6 times, so it will be 6, right? Now, in overall terms, there are some terms that we can take in common, right? For example, if we take z2 bar common, what will be remaining? Okay, so let's take all the terms common, whatever the possible terms we can take common, let's take common. So let's start in symmetric way. z1 bar, so remaining will be, I think it will go in cycle with z2 plus z3. मैंने just ऐसे रैंडम लिखा, let's see कि ये करेक्ट है क्या. z1 बार, तो z2 आ रहा है और एक और z1 बार में z3 आ रहा है, करेक्ट, सही है ना? तो similarly we can write z2 bar into z3 plus z1, correct, minus z3 bar into z1 plus z2. Any problem? So we got till here. Okay, now this is the value of s, this is the value of s maximum, right? So we can say that we have to maximize this, suppose, so we are considering this as a beta, right? Okay, so then how we can maximize this? So should I take the next page? In the last term, we have got s is equal to beta, right? That is equal to the maximum value of s. So that can be written as maximum value of s क्या होगा बता सकते हैं? जो अभी अभी लिखा है हमने 6 minus z1 conjugate z2 plus z3 plus z2 conjugate z3 plus z1 plus z3 conjugate z1 plus z2. Now इस बात को समझेंगे कि अगर इस वैल्यू को मैक्सिमम होना है, इस वैल्यू को मैक्सिमम होने के लिए क्या करेंगे? कोई मिनिमम वैल्यू को घटाएंगे, किसमें से, ये वाला मिनिमम होना चाहिए, है ना। नो 6 में से कोई मिनिमम छोटा टर्म घटाएंगे तभी तो वो मैक्सिमम मिलेगा ना, क्योंकि 6 को कम करते जाएगा, राइट। दिस शुड बी मिनिमम फॉर बीटा टू बी मैक्सिमम, है ना। So let us try to find out the minimum value of this. Now also z1 plus z2 plus z3 का होल स्क्वायर अगर करेंगे तो ये वैल्यू आता था, फॉर्मूला ये भी, you may just note it down carefully, plus z1 बार z2 plus z3 प्लस z2 बार z3 प्लस z1 प्लस z3 बार z1 plus z2, alright. So z1 plus z2 plus z3, this value, but z1 plus z2 plus z3 for any value of z1, z2, z3, the square must be greater than equal to 0, right? Hence z1 square plus z2 square plus z3 square plus z1 bar z2 plus z3 plus z2 bar z3 plus z1 plus z3 bar z1 plus z2 must be greater than equal to 0, right? अब ये तीनों का वैल्यू मिला के कितना है, 3, है ना। Must be greater than equal to -3. Okay. So this value we are getting minimum -3, right? Hence beta max it will be 9, now 6 minus -3, right? Any problem? So we have got the maximum value of beta is equal to +9, right? So what will be the correct option? Yeah. So correct option is B. Yeah, so there are two options correct, A and B. Alpha minimum 0 and beta maximum 9, right? इजी था या डिफिकल्ट था? Okay, so only the formula was something important in this problem, otherwise the problem was easy, right? ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग प्रॉब्लम है, एकदम इतना बढ़िया प्रॉब्लम है, बता नहीं सकता कि कितना बढ़िया प्रॉब्लम है। इसमें थियरी भी बहुत सारा कवर कर रहा है, ज्योमेट्रिकल इंटरप्रिटेशन कवर कर रहा है, बहुत सारी चीज़ों को एक साथ कवर कर रहा है। छोटा सा कंडीशन है कि छोटा सा फॉर्मूला लगेगा, शायद वो हमने अभी तक अप्लाई नहीं किया तो कर देंगे, और शायद कर भी लिया रहेगा, हमें आइडिया नहीं है ना। इसमें चारों ऑप्शन करेक्ट है ना, इसके क्या है, चारों ऑप्शन करेक्ट है। अब कैसे करेक्ट है वो समझेंगे हम लोग। देखिए z1 प्लस z2 स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू कुछ दिया हुआ है वहां पे, है ना, तो हम लोग की पॉइंट उसी को बनाएंगे। In the problem it is given that z1 plus z2 whole square is equal to z1 square plus z2 square. तो इसका फॉर्मूला होता है z1 प्लस z2 इंटू z1 बार प्लस z2 बार। फॉर्मूला इसका क्या होता है, या सो अब इसको क्या करेंगे, सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हैं। तो क्या कर सकते हैं, इसको सिंप्लीफाई, राइट। So few terms will get cancelled out in this equation. This term will get cancelled with this term, and this term will get cancelled out with this term. Okay. So after this, we are getting that z1 z2 bar equals minus z2 z1 bar, right? Let's take the modulus of z1 z2 bar। z1 z2 bar का बार को क्या लिख सकते हैं, z1 bar z2 conjugate of conjugate will become the real complex number, original complex number, right? So you can see that z1 bar z2 can be written as minus z1 z2 bar, right? So किसी भी कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर का कॉन्जुगेट अगर निगेटिव आ रहा है ना, किसी भी कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर का, मैं इंपॉर्टेंट कंक्लूजन यहाँ पे बता देता हूँ, इफ z1 इज इक्वल टू कॉन्जुगेट ऑफ z1 इज इक्वल टू माइनस z1, ध्यान दीजिएगा, I'm just highlighting this concept. for any complex number, conjugate of that complex number is coming negative of the complex number, then Z must be purely imaginary, then Z must be purely imaginary. So same thing is happening here ना, ये कोई कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर है जिसका हमने कॉन्जुगेट ले लिया, ये कोई कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर है जिसका हमने कॉन्जुगेट ले लिया और उसका निगेटिव दे दिया, क्या दे दिया, उसका निगेटिव दे दिया। Hence Z1 Z2 is purely imaginary. सो यहां से अभी तक एक ऑप्शन हमारा करेक्ट आ चुका है। ओके, नाउ लेट्स सी just a second. Z1 Z2 conjugate can be written as Z1 Z2 conjugate into Z2 upon Z2, right? So Z2 into Z2, it will become Z1 by Z2 into Z2 square, right? Okay, so if this is purely imaginary, we can see that this square cannot be real. This square part cannot be real because this represents magnitude, of only magnitude, right? Hence Z1 upon Z2 is purely imaginary, right? So we have got this as also correct option. B is correct option. Now Z1 Z2 conjugate plus Z1 Z2 conjugate, we have already got this result, right? C is correct. Now the option D, they are asking at 0 Z1 and Z2 are the vertices of right angle triangle. Okay, so we have to analyze this if D option is correct or not. Till now we have got 3 options as correct. We have to check for D option. To check the D option, we'll try to understand this in geometric way. Because of this option, this problem became interesting. This is the argon diagram. Suppose this is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is also called as imaginary line, and this is called as real axis. Okay. In the given problem, Z1 upon Z2 is purely imaginary. this complex number can be written as z1 minus 0 upon z2 minus 0. Okay, so this will represent what is the geometrical meaning of this? z1 upon z2, yeah, suppose this is z1 and this is z2, right? When we will be joining these two complex numbers, this angle will be pi by 2. So this value represents as angle between z1 OZ1 and OZ2, right? Because this is nothing but the theta and it must be pi by 2. Why? Because this is purely imaginary, right? Why is it so? प्योरली इमेजिनरी का मतलब ये हो गया कि Z1 अगर रियल नंबर लाइन पे रहेगा, है ना, Z1 अगर रियल नंबर लाइन पे होगा और Z2 अगर इमेजिनरी लाइन पे रहेगा, तभी ये पॉसिबल है Z1 अपॉन Z2 क्या होगा, प्योरली इमेजिनरी, राइट? इसका एक एग्जांपल और मैं बता देता हूं कि क्यों हो रहा है। कोई भी नंबर फॉर एनी कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर, थोड़ी देर के लिए इसको मान लेते हैं Z, ओके? इसको अच्छे से समझ लेंगे। इफ Z इज इक्वल टू Z1 अपॉन Z2, then Z can be written as 0 plus IB, right? इसका मतलब ये हो रहा है कि Z एक ऐसा कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर है ना, जिसका कि रियल पार्ट 0 है और उसका इमेजिनरी पार्ट क्या है, B, राइट? तो Z का अगर लोकेशन अगर देखेंगे तो ये Z यहाँ पे होगा कहीं भी, 0 प्लस IB। तो कोई भी ऐसा कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर जिसका रियल पार्ट 0 हो, वो प्योरली इमेजिनरी हो, तो उसका आर्ग्यूमेंट Z जो होता है वो होता है पाई बाई 2। क्या होता है, पाई बाई 2। व्हाट इट मीन्स, argument of Z1 upon Z2 is also pi by 2. What it means, argument of Z1 minus 0 upon Z2 minus 0, where 0 is representing origin, right, must be equal to pi by 2, right? तो ये क्या कर रहा है, OZ1 और OZ2 के बीच का एंगल बता रहा है। इसका मतलब क्या हो रहा है, Z1 मस्ट बी ऑन रियल नंबर लाइन एंड Z2 कहां रहेगा, इमेजिनरी लाइन पे, राइट? तो ये एक सिचुएशन बन के आ रहा है, बट एट द सेम टाइम, जस्ट अ मोमेंट, ये एक ऐसा सिचुएशन बन रहा है यहाँ पे कि इस तरीके का ट्रायंगल बन रहा होगा, राइट? बट क्या एक यही सिचुएशन हो सकता है, क्या कोई और सिचुएशन नहीं हो सकता इसके अलावा? मे बी और सिचुएशन हो सकता है। सपोज ये आर्गन डायग्राम है, ये ऐसा है, तो दूसरा जो पॉसिबिलिटी होगा वो क्या ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है? बिकॉज हमें सिर्फ आर्ग्यूमेंट ही तो चाहिए ना 90 डिग्री। तो सच काइंड ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटी विल बी देयर कि यहाँ से यहाँ तक का एंगल अगर पाई बाई 2 ले लें, और हमने यहाँ पे क्या लिया था, Z1 ना, नीचे क्या लिया था, Z1 या Z2? Z1। तो this could be Z1 and this could be Z2, right? तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में भी दोनों के बीच में आर्ग्यूमेंट कितना आएगा, π/2, राइट। हियर आल्सो क्योंकि z1 रियल है या z2 रियल है या इमेजिनरी है कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं, बट इतना इन्फॉर्मेशन है, आर्ग्यूमेंट ऑफ z1 अपॉन z2 इज π/2, राइट। So that was a special case, this is a general case. So in such cases z1 and z2 with origin they will make a right angle triangle, okay. So we have all the options correct in this problem. D option is also correct here. Are you putting it? So in this problem we can see that all the options are correct. So this problem requires some geometrical interpretation also to solve the problem. So it was an interesting problem, right? So I hope you understood. So should we consider the next problem? So it will be 1 plus iz bar plus iz plus I square zz bar divided by 1 minus iz bar 1 plus I z bar minus iz minus I square zz bar, right, is equal to 1 plus I into z plus z bar plus I square zz bar divided by 1 plus I into z minus z bar minus I z bar, right. Now the task became easy, not a problem. So we have some quantities that we have to find out. Those quantities, I into I square zz bar, I square zz bar. So yeah, it will be I square zz and it will be I square zz, right. So in numerator always plus and denominator में एक plus plus and minus minus. So z minus z bar and minus I square zz bar, right. Okay. So जो क्वांटिटीज ग्रीन में मार्क किए वो सब पता करना है हमें, फाइंड आउट करके सब्स्टिट्यूट कर देंगे एंड लेट्स डू द सिंप्लीफिकेशन, राइट। लेट्स सी what will become in z plus z bar. From here we can say that z is equal to b plus ic upon 1 plus a, okay. So z plus z bar is equal to b plus ic upon 1 plus a, z bar will be b minus ic upon 1 plus a, right. So it will be 2b upon 1 plus a. Also z minus z bar will be what? Minus minus it will be plus, so b and b will be cancelled out this time. So 2ic upon 1 plus a. Z into z bar will be how much? 1 plus a whole square in denominator and in numerator a square plus c square, right. wait, it will be z bar under z. Yeah, right, I guess so. So बाहर माइनस कर सकते हैं इसको. So in this problem we have got the value of z plus z bar, z minus z bar and z into z bar, and we will substitute all the values in this equation. So we will be substituting all the value in the given equation, and let's see what we are getting after substituting the values. So 1 plus iz upon 1 minus iz would be written as 1 plus I into z plus z bar, I into 2b upon 1 plus a plus I square z into z bar. So I square is minus 1, z into z bar, right? Minus b square plus c square upon 1 plus a whole square. Alright? Divided by 1 minus I into 2ic upon 1 plus a minus plus b square plus c square upon 1 plus a whole square. So we need to simplify all this. I into 2b upon 1 plus a minus b square plus c square को क्या लिखेंगे? 1 minus a square divided by 1 plus a square 1 plus a whole square, right? Divided by 1 minus 2ic upon 1 plus a plus 1 minus a square upon 1 plus a का whole square, right? यहाँ पे 1 minus a square 1 plus a into 1 minus a होगा, तो ब्रेक डाउन होके क्या बचेगा? 1 plus I into 2b upon 1 plus a minus 1 प्लस ए वाला टर्म कैंसिल तो बचेगा 1 माइनस ए अपॉन 1 प्लस ए, राइट। ठीक है, सो 1 माइनस I into 2IC upon 1 plus A plus 1 minus A upon 1 plus A, है ना। अब ये थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाइड नजर आ रहा है, राइट। हाँ, तीन चीजें सेम आएंगी बट थोड़ा चेंजेस तो हो जाएगा ना, क्योंकि उसमें स्क्वायर वगैरह जो आ रहा था वो सब नहीं आएगा, है ना। 1 प्लस ए एलसीएम आके प्लस 2IB, कितना सिंप्लीफाई हो गया, स्क्वायर वाले टर्म्स ही नहीं रहे ना। इट्स वेरी मच सिंप्लीफाइड, राइट। Okay, so ये A और ये 1 और ये 1 क्या हो गया, कैंसिल, है ना। और नीचे में कुछ कैंसिल हो रहा है, या नीचे में A कैंसिल हो रहा है, एग्जैक्टली। So the remaining term will be 2 into A plus IB divided by 2 plus 2C, that is equal to A plus IB upon 1 plus C। ये क्या आ गया, A plus IB upon 1 plus C, करेक्ट। तो इससे क्या पता चला, कोई ऑप्शन था हमारे पास रेडियस के लिए, हाँ, तो ऑप्शन बी करेक्ट आ गया, है ना। बी ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट, है ना। अब इसको देख सकते हैं कि मल्टीपल चॉइस में क्वेश्चन है तो और ट्राई करना होगा। क्या आएगा, ए स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई 1 प्लस सी, राइट। तो 1 प्लस सी और नीचे आया हुआ है ए माइनस आई बी, नीचे क्या हुआ है, ए माइनस आई बी। Would be written as, ऊपर आएगा सी स्क्वायर माइनस ए 1 माइनस सी स्क्वायर, सॉरी 1 माइनस सी स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई 1 प्लस सी इंटू ए माइनस आई बी, दैट इज इक्वल टू 1 प्लस सी इंटू 1 माइनस सी डिवाइडेड बाई 1 प्लस सी इंटू ए माइनस आई बी, करेक्ट। So 1 plus c कैंसिल हो गया, है ना। So that is equal to 1 minus c upon a minus ib। So इससे क्या पता चला, एक और ऑप्शन करेक्ट आ गया। 1 minus c upon a minus ib. Which option it is? Yeah, option number C is also correct. Okay. The next page. This one. Yeah. So we have got two options correct in this problem, B and C, right? I hope you understood. Should we stop here for today?
Yeah, thank you.